And how good's this?
Yep.
Week 5, I reckon we're up to. Going great guns.
Lower the Alma, always nice.
Always
pretty
nice,
easy
mate.
going.
We got
Shooto looking after us.
a few pints next week if we could as well. Lips are getting a bit dry, mate. But we got the Amature Intel.
Yep.
Brand new sponsor on board, so I'm going to make sure I get this right. We got Modern Trailers at Paraka. So new sponsor, we welcome Cos to the Before the Bounce team.
The boys at Modern Trailer.
Yeah,
That's good.
so we're right behind them, and all your trailer needs or anything to do with that, go down and see the boys, and they'll sort you out, and
Fantastic.
But let's talk Amateur League footy. We got with us today Tommy Bomber Beasley. How you going, mate?
Good, matey. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bomber, captain of the club, and you've been around PAC for a long time. We were talking before. You started the school in grade 7. You've worn the colours for a long time, and now you're captain the club at the right at the other end of the scale of the old collegians. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. No, I started at the school in year 7. Thankfully, made it through. Finished year 12, and spent sort of 2 years aloof. I wasn't playing footy at all, and then since then have been at the club since and loved it.
And you've been through that stage where pretty much started at Division 4, and then all of a sudden a year or so ago you won the premiership in Division 1.
Yeah.
What a rise to fame!
Yeah,
Must
it was
have been
amazing.
Just fantastic.
For
you personally, because you're an ex-scholar.
Yeah.
It must
Definitely.
be something so special.
And the club, it makes a real push to make sure we have a lot of old scholars at the club. That's sort of our number one goal. And I missed the Div 4 and the Div 3 year coming through, and my first year was in Div 2, so I missed a lot of that fun. But certainly watching sort of the growth, watching the club
Div
grow
1 premiership player
through that time was pretty special. Winning probably stealing a Div 2 flag and then being Div 1 premierships the year after was something pretty special.
Excellent, well done.
Obviously, being around for so long, playing with a lot of your school mates and your good mates as well. Any from those grand final celebrations, any best ons or anyone that got real out of hand?
I think Brock Castro, who's now at North Adelaide, was in pretty good nick. Look, to be honest with you, most of the boys, celebrated pretty hard on both occasions. Yeah,
Brocky Castro, not a fan of Marcus Stoinis as well, so that's a story for another day.
And what about the SANFL? Did you ever give that a go? Did you ever go to an SANFL club and have a bit of a try at it?
No, I didn't. As a kid, my sort of focus was cricket. And to be honest with you, I'm a pretty dour, ugly footballer.
Right. I have seen you play. I've been out quite a few, probably through the last couple of years. And when Nord Paynham played you guys.
Course.
Because my wife's son plays out at there, and you've had some fantastic battles, but you're a star. And it must have been a time when you thought, you know what, I probably should give it a go?
In all honesty, no, never.
No,
not at one stage. I thought, and I'm quite okay with that as well.
You tossed a coin though with the cricket, certainly. That was a real passion of yours.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Growing up, that was sort of my number one, and loved it. And then once it got quite serious for me after school, I fell out of love with it a little bit. I probably always loved football more. And hence it was quite an easy decision at that stage to start playing footy and take it seriously.
And just how serious it got, Ando, under-19s national side.
I'm looking at the paper, that's fantastic,
A massive effort to play in that comp. Any that are now obviously taking the next step that you played with in that time?
Yeah, quite embarrassing. Pretty much every single bloke in that team.
Really?
There's Nick Madison, Josh Hazelwood, Mitch Marsh. The list goes on. A lot of
that
those.
coin went tails. Over went heads.
Yeah, instead of in the Ammos playing for the Reds. So.
Brett Backwell, a personal, really close friend of mine. I mean, he's a super coach. I have watched him coach a few times, and he really has put that little bit of that AFL sort of running. Let's push it back and let's get numbers behind the ball. It's probably, for the amateur point of view, it must be an exciting sort of game to play.
Definitely. Mouse came in our first year in Div 1 and probably changed the landscape of ammo footy that year. We played quite a high press and then ran off half-back a lot and really caught a lot of teams out that season and were really successful. It is fantastic to have around the club. He's super passionate about coaching and making sure he gets the best out of all his players.
Yeah. Is he one that makes a lot of moves during the game?
Not so much during the game.
He has that real strong structure and he stays with it.
Yeah,
fantastic.
definitely. He's just sort of preaches it all pre-season, all year, and that's sort of our number one goal. There is a plan B, but we'd prefer to stick to plan A and make that work. So, he's done a great job.
He's a hard-nosed sort of guy. I can't see him ever going to plan B, actually.
No, it's our fault if we're not making plan A work. It's not his. So.
Little mouse.
And this year, how the boys going?
Good start. Yeah, we're 3-1, and we've played probably out of those 4 games, 3 of what we think will be in the top 5. So we're pretty happy with how we started.
Yep. And any big names to the club this year at all?
Yep, we've got a couple of boys back from Robe who are old scholars. The Pitt brothers, Jake and Craig, who played a bit of footy out at Glenelg.
Yep.
And Lewis Crawford, who's an old scholar who went down there with them, has come back as well, which is fantastic. Yeah. We miss them a lot, and they've straightened us up a lot. They're a great recruit.
And what about the footy club? I've heard rumours that you're looking at putting on a bit of a community club or building. Just on your oval there. So is that still sort
long
of
time coming?
Really?
Yeah.
I reckon they've been talking about 5 years.
Well,
I've been hearing they're going to get these super club rooms and.
Yeah, I would love to say I'll be playing when it happens, but I might be sitting there having a beer and watching. Right? The change rooms are long overdue for an upgrade.
They are.
We're hoping it will happen in the near future. I know a lot of guys are working really hard to get that across the line.
Yeah, for a long time. Yeah.
For quite some time. Yeah, we're not allowed to have parties at Park 9 anymore because we're worried about the residents giving us a bad rap to the council. So strictly no Park 9 antics, which is a shame.
And wasn't that long ago you were in Div 5 and probably struggling a little bit?
It's an amazing story. It really is.
How good has it been to go through that rise as a club and to see the club where it is now dominating Div 1 footy?
It's look, it is fantastic. I think that there were a couple of heads at the club that came together and decided that they thought, we should be competing in Division 1, and we are a Division 1 worthy club. And it was a slow burn, and then we sort of got to Div 2 and stayed there for 3 or 4 years, and then sort of have made the next push through to Div 1. So the club, the whole structure of the club from hierarchy down to the bottom, they've done it really well and really professionally.
Because it's generally a bit of a balancing act for old collegians teams. They seem to be able to recruit, and they've got an ex-student back who's played something for Nord or Port, and they're on their high for 1 or 2 years, and a couple lose, and all of a sudden you're back to Div 2 and back 3. But at the moment, PAC have just got the right formula.
Yeah, I think so. Like, the club really focuses on, as I said earlier, making sure that we have a high percentage of old scholars, and that's certainly the case at the moment. I think in the last probably 3 or 4 seasons in the A grade, there's probably been 2 or 3 guys that aren't old scholars, and that's pretty consistent through the whole club. And we've built a really good relationship with this school, probably over the last 10 years. So we're getting like a really good influx of kids, which is the most important thing for everything. Culture, they're good fun, and they really stock up, those B's, C's and D's clubs, and you get a couple of good ones that will play in the ones as well. Yeah.
And you having a hit of cricket at all locally, or?
I normally play T20s for PAC. I get asked most weeks to come and have a hit, but I not really. No. Long story short.
Is that because of expectations that they expect you to either get 6 wickets or hit 100 and or just time?
Time. Football takes up a lot of my winter, and I'm quite serious about it and really take it seriously, and then sort of summer's my unwind time. I like to be away and have a good time.
Did you do anything in London at all? Did you won that
I went to Holland.
Okay, is that right?
Yeah, I went with Mark Cleary at the first year out of school, which was bloody good fun. It's probably not quite the standard that London was, but it was good fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
It's just getting to play overseas is a massive
in Holland
thing for young cricketers.
Definitely. Yeah, it wasn't a big thing over there, cricket. When we told people that weren't in the cricket scene that we were playing cricket, they actually had no idea. Most of them thought it was croquet. So
is that right?
Quite embarrassing, really.
So is there any chance of any comeback for cricket? Because we're looking for a recruit next year, that's all. We got Travis Head's old man as coach. We need another all-rounder, are we? In local cricket?
Yeah.
We got room for one more, I think.
Do you? Yeah, well, probably not. I'm sorry.
All good?
No, that's good. All the very, very best for the rest of the year, and you've been on a great journey, and you've been such a strong club in the Amateur League and Div 1. We Div 1 Premiership player. Absolutely fantastic. I hope there's more to come.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Bomber.
Cheers.
Fantastic.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers. We'll be back after the break.